Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. The Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Angels. First pitch coming your way next. And getting the start for the Angels, Ryan Zefferjohn. How about a report on him, Chris?
They're going to start this one with the opener because of the matchups. Very favorable. I think we're going to see him empty the tank with really good fastball velocity to try to retire these first three hitters.
About to get started here. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate.
Number 13, Ronald Acuna Jr.
And we're off and running from Anaheim. The 1-0.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
Now one missed. That's outside, and that's ball 3. There's a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Batting second, catcher, Drake Baldwin.
And next for Atlanta, Drake Baldwin.
Nope, outside.
Acuna on at first, nobody out. Late swing, foul to the left.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Acuna runs. And that's a base hit. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Batting third.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Here's Matt Olson down. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Here's the 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
0-2 now. This one in the air, right field. He's got it. Runner tags for home. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Mike Yastrzemski.
One out man at first. Mike Yastrzemski up here. Fastball for a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
On the ground. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. Trout hustles it back in. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with one down.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
First and second, one out. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got one run in. You got to try to get another one or maybe two.
Two on, one out. Hit hard but foul off to the left.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Liner, and this could be trouble. Headed for the plate. One run across, coming home. Across is the runner from first. Save, he beats it.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies, put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. And that one is lifted in the air. Frazier has a beat on it. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and they lead by 4.
Man, there's a sac fly to bring home another run in this inning. These hitters are just piling it on. We're seeing some really quality at-bats out of this team right now.
So no one on after the sac fly. Here's Mauricio Dubon. That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros. Well, they've been able to score 4 runs off of him in this inning, and this is where you want to just max out. Get as much as you can. Give him one of those tough innings where it's going to be hard for him to recover in the next one.
2 down, nobody on. In the air to left center. Frazier on the move to the gap. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Braves 4 and the Angels nothing. We go to the bottom of the first. And now here's the starter for Atlanta, Chris Sale. What do we need to know here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Zach Neto now at the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Swings through that one for strike 2. On the ground to short. Not in time. He's safe.
Tough play and a nice backhand stop. Had to be perfect with the exchange and throw to get the out, but it looked like he had to dig in there a little deeper, like he was trying to get a split finger grip or something. Close play, but that little extra time on the transfer made all the difference.
Man at first, nobody out. Here's the center fielder, Mike Trout. In there for strike 1. And it's fouled away. Now a blooper back behind short. Makes the catch. One down. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Nolan Shotwell, batting with one down, takes a strike. That's a little bit low. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Here we go, Nolan. In the dirt. Runner on the go again. Ball outside. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Man at second. Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. Payoff pitch, and ball four to aboard.
Batting fourth, second baseman, Jorge Soler.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. And it stays fair. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Here comes the throw. Safe. They're on the board, 4-1.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
2 on with 1 out. Jamer Candelario digs in now. And there's a foul ball. Fought off foul. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Base hit into right center. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away. Here's Joe Adele.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. That's ripped into the outfield. He's there. He's got it. Runner tagging from third. He scores on the sac fly, and they cut the lead to 2. So in now for the Angels, Josh Lowe.
In the grand scheme of things, this at-bat might not feel important because it's early, but it could create a domino effect for things to come. Control what you can here and have a strong at-bat. An at-bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
2 on, 2 outs. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 0-2. And downstairs. That one misses. Ball 2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Got him swinging for the K. Good job at damage control right there. Second inning coming up from Anaheim. It's the Braves 4 and the Angels 2.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back,
Angels,
and we've got a new arm on the
number
mound to start the
32,
second. Ryan Johnson.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now in for the
Leading
Braves,
off that
Eli
lineup,
White.
Right fielder, Eli White.
Ball.
On the ground, out to short. One out in the second.
Batting ninth, shortstop, Jorge Mateo.
Jorge Mateo now. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. This one in the air, center field. Brings it in. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for Atlanta, third baseman, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Here's Acuna now. He walked and came around to score his first time up.
Ball, that's low.
2 down, nobody on. That
That's
one
ball
close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 2.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. And that's outside. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. And Acuna will take his base.
Up next for Atlanta, catcher, Drake Baldwin.
Now it's the Atlanta catcher, Drake Baldwin. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Quick toss to first. Acuna dives back in. Acuna off of first with 2 away. And that's in for a strike.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Now there's a bullet down the line. And foul ball. Sets him down looking. That was pretty nasty. 1 left for Atlanta as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. back in Anaheim. Here's the Angels catcher, Logan O'Hoppe.
Logan O'Hoppe.
Hey! And a swing and a miss, and there's one down.
Quick work on the 3-pitch strikeout right there. Started him with the slider in the zone to jump ahead, then sped him up with the fastball for strike 2. And at that point, you can go a lot of different directions. He put him in the rocking chair by going back to the slider, this time out of the zone, and got him the chase for the punch out.
Here's Adam Frazier. Hey! Oh, 1 down. Tap foul at the plate. Not close with that one, and it's 1-2. Got him swinging.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
For the Angels, the shortstop, Zach.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Zach Neto, the next to hit. Reached on an infield single his first time. That catches the zone for a strike. 0-1.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
Way out front for strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And that misses. And a count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside. Stays alive. Outside low. Ball 3. And a payoff pitch. Out there to center. And that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head on now to the top of the third. It's the Braves 4 and the Angels 2. New inning getting started. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Matt Olson. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone look.
Can't glove it cleanly. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Waste no time there. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
Mike Yastrzemski, the second MLB Yaz, steps in. The 1-0.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
That one to first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. The flip, and it's in time. It wasn't the smoothest play you'll see today, but they still get the out.
For Atlanta, center fielder Michael Harris II.
So now with one away and a man at second. And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II.
A chance for more damage right here. A couple of RBIs for him in his last AB.
Ball one.
Man at second. Out towards right center field. Trout under it. And there's 2 down.
Up next for Atlanta, second baseman Ozzie Albies.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Nope, that's a ball.
That one missed.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
And this one squirts away from the catcher. No advance, though. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look.
Left fielder Mauricio Dubon.
And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep both their challenges. Man on second, 2 down. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Payoff pitch. And down on strikes. 3rd out. Braves strand 1, but they still lead this one 4-2. Back here at Angel Stadium. So in now for the Angels, Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
And a foul ball. Way inside, gets out of the way. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The other way, and he beats the shift. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Nolan Shotwell, the next to hit for the Angels. He reached out a walk his first time. Just off the outside edge, and it's 1-0. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. The throw is still in time, so they get the first out of the inning.
Next for the Angels, second baseman Jorge.
So now the Angel cleanup hitter, Jorge Soler.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Right through there for a strike. Swings through that.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to where you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Candelario up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. Fly ball to right. White under it. And that is that. Angels leave one. Still down by a count of 4-2. On to the fourth. Now in for the Braves. Mauricio Dubon. And the 1-0. Foul ball there. On the ground to third. Candelario on to first. And one gone to the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Up next for Atlanta, right fielder Eli White.
So now to the plate for Atlanta, Eli White. He's 0 for 1. On the ground, right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Great effort, but no throw. That's an infield single.
Up next for Atlanta.
One gone runner at first. Jorge Mateo will hit next. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Oh, that's inside.
The 1-0.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
White over at first with 1 away. In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. That clips the corner. And he hits a ground ball right side. Neto for 1. Double play. What a quick killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Braves 4 and the Angels 2. Bottom of the 4th, so in now for the Angels, Joe Adell.
Right fielder Joe Adell.
Fouled off down the right side. And that one is lifted in the air. White on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Designated hitter Josh Lowe.
Next to hit, Josh Lowe. Struck out swinging his first time. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. The Halos down by a pair. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. And a slider in there for a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Pitch misses there. 1-2 to count. Good job to fight that one off. And a ball and 2 strikes. In the air out towards right center. Harris moving under this one. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Angels.
Here's the power hitting catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. Struck out swinging his first time.
Ball. Aye.
Two down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Chris Sale looking for that shutdown inning. Swinging a ground ball, and it goes just foul. That one misses. Ball 2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Angels go quietly there. They trail it here 4-2. Ready now for the 5th inning. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Oh, 1.
That was the sweeper, but it missed. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 2-2. And they'll do it again. This ball's chopped on the ground. Handles, throws to first. Quick recovery from the misplay. Pays off for the out.
Next for Atlanta, catcher Drake Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin. Next up for the Braves. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
That's a ball.
1-2. And that's outside.
That's a ball.
Fair ball. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for Atlanta, first baseman Matt
Here
Olson.
is Matt Olson. Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike one.
Ball 1.
Here's the pitch to Olson. And that's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
This
Oswald
change
Peraza.
defensively for the
He'll play
Angels.
first base after
Now
the
playing
injury.
First base, number 17.
First
Oswald
and
Peraza.
second, 1 out. Here comes Mike Yastrzemski to the plate. 1 for 2. There's a swing and a miss. Two on, 1 out. And that one fouled off. Swing and a pop-up. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again.
Got to be careful here. This is the type of hitter that can punish you, even with pitches outside the zone.
And that is downstairs. Going to count 1 and 2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Here's a 1-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there. That one is foul, and he'll see another. Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And, you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Ryan Johnson departs. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the
So the
Angels
Angels turn to their
number
bullpen for a new
78.
pitcher, number 78. He's making his second appearance of the season. And now Michael Harris the second. Sliced hard but foul. Braves trying to break this one open. And we're at the top of the 5th. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Harris wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. And there's a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. It's the Braves 4 and the Angels 2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So in now for the Angels, Adam Frazier. Chris Sale back to work.
Ball inside.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Aye.
And that
That's ball
skips
2.
in the dirt. That
Ball,
one
that's
misses. Ball 3. Fastball for a strike.
2.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Chop to the left side,
That's
but it
foul.
kicks foul. That one
That's
misses,
ball 4.
so a leadoff walk.
Up next for the Angels, the shortstop, Zach.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Zach Neto.
That's out.
The 1-0.
Ball 2.
And there's a ball.
Ball 3.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Frazier gets his lead at first with nobody out. And ball
Nope.
4 there.
Ball
Tying
4.
run is on base.
Up next for the Angels, center fielder, Mike Trout.
Here's Mike Trout. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Can't find it here. That's 6 straight balls.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Up the middle. What a stop. The flip to second. And 2. What a play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
And here's the first baseman, Oswald Peraza. Entered the game on defense, so this is his first trip to the plate in this one.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Here comes the 0-1. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Brings it in, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So they're able to work around a pair of walks in the inning. 5 innings complete. It's the Braves 4 and the Angels 2. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. And here is
Leading off
Ozzie
for Atlanta,
Albies.
Second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
Come on, Angels. Here we go, Angels.
Outside low. Ball 1. Movement in the bullpen. Sean Anderson. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Silson also getting ready. That one ripped. Trout on his horse. Tracks it down for the out. And there's one down.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
Dubon in the box now. No balls and a strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for Atlanta, right fielder, Eli
And next
White.
for Atlanta, Eli White. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Trout settles under this one. 2 down.
Up next for Atlanta, shortstop, Jorge Mateo.
Jorge Mateo next up for the Braves. Mateo in his 7th season, 30 years old now, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. And the 1-0. Mateo wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep both their challenges. Dubon, the runner at first with 2 gone. That's ripped. Base hit. And now 2 aboard.
He was all over that one. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
And here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. in a huge spot. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. Two on, 2 outs. Left field, way back there. Carrying well. And it's out of here. Into the home bullpen for a homer. He got just enough of that one. And they throw 3 on the board. It's 7-2.
He was able to hit one out in this weather. Are you kidding me? How did he do that? Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Number 78 is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now Pitching for the
Now on the
Angels,
bump, Chase
number
Silseth. He's been
63,
so good against
Chase
lefties.
Silseth.
Here's the catcher to hit, Drake Baldwin.
Ball, that's outside.
Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the sixth. This one smoked, could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
But when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
So runner at second, two down. Here's Matt Olson. In there at the knees. And it's 0-1. Runner at second, two down. Ground ball to the right side. Base hit. Headed for the plate. Here comes the throw.
Comes through with the RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
So two down, Mike Yastrzemski next up for the Braves. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. The 0-1. Swing and a ball ripped down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. And it had the distance, but slices foul. Misses
Ball,
off the
that's
inside. Ball one. That's down and in. Two now. Oh, right to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Brings it in for the third out. They get 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and leave 1. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Braves 8 and the Angels 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. So now the Angel cleanup hitter, Jorge Soler.
Jorge Soler.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Yo one. Hit on the ground to short. Mateo. Slings to first. One away. Bottom of the 6th.
Up next for the Angels, third baseman, Jamer.
Now batting Jamer Candelario. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Yoel Payamps preparing to come on if needed. The Braves up big in this one here in the bottom of the 6th. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it'd throw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
2 down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. Next
Ball
offering
one.
misses. Ball 1.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
That one ran inside, almost got him.
Ball 3.
That's a good
Ball
at bat
4,
right
pitches
there. He
down.
was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Designated hitter, Josh
Man at
Lowe.
first. Next is the designated hitter, Josh Lowe. Misses again, 5 in a row. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swings through that one, out in front that time.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Here's a rocket to right field. Pulls it in on the run. And the inning is over. Angels strand 1, and it's still 8-2. Back in Anaheim, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
And first offering is fouled off. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Caught him looking for the K.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. He got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count, just a poor at bat.
And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. Rips one to right. 2 down.
Up next for Atlanta, left fielder, Mauricio
2 down,
Dubon.
base is empty. Mauricio Dubon next up for the Braves. 1 for 3. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Two down, nobody on. In the air to left center. Trout on the move to the alley. And that is that. Down in order go the Braves. They lead at 8-2.
Pitching for
We're
Atlanta,
back in a new pitcher
number
here to start the
34,
bottom of the seventh.
Yoel
Yoel Payamps.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Here's the Angels
And
catcher,
leading off
Logan
for the
O'Hoppe,
Phillies,
who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Logan O'Hoppe.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Gets him to chase after that one.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Hacks and misses. It's a
Up next for
strikeout.
the
Just
Angels,
indecisive in that at
left
bat. He
fielder,
couldn't commit to the slider, tried to sit in between, just not able to put the bat on the ball.
Now the left fielder, Adam Frazier. He is struck out, and he is walked.
I can't play
that's
around
off
with
the
him
plate.
here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. That one gets down for a hit. And they have their first hit since the third inning. So back to the top of the order. Now, Zach Neto.
Ball.
Man at first, one away. The shortstop
that ball
takes
went
the
out.
ball.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Here's a 2-0. And that is out of play. Comes up empty. That's strike two. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swing and a miss at 96. Struck
Up
him
next for
out.
the
2 away
Angels,
now.
Center fielder, Mike
Here's Trout.
Trout.
First
Ball
pitch,
one.
and he has to get out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Frazier leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Inside.
Nope, that's inside.
And the count is 2-0. Just
Ball
missed.
three.
Three 3-0 down. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there. That one fouled off.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swings through it for the K. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. It's the Braves 8 and the Angels 2. We're at the top of the
Leading
8th.
off for the Braves,
Now in for the Braves,
right fielder,
Eli White. And that one fouled off.
Outside.
Comes up empty. That's strike two. High fly ball out into left center field. Frazier takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for Atlanta, shortstop, Jorge Mateo.
Jorge Mateo next up for the Braves. Got him to chase one upstairs there.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
Late with the swing there. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Out, number 2.
Up next for Atlanta, third baseman, Ronald Acuna
Here comes the
Jr.
manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Chase Silseth done for the night, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
Righty
Angels,
reliever out of the pen,
number
Sean
64,
Anderson.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Back to the top of the order. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah.
Right through there for his strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Swing and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for Atlanta, catcher,
And here's the
Drake
catcher,
Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Nope. That's the
Action
ball.
in the Angels bullpen. Drew Pomerantz, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And that's
That's the ball.
downstairs and outside. The Braves up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. That
Ball
misses.
3.
Full count now. Payoff pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Three-two on the way. That's to third. Into the outfield, base hit. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Up next for Atlanta, first baseman.
So
Matt
they're at the
Olson.
corners now. Digging in, Matt Olson.
Ball, that's in.
The 1-0.
Hey!
2 on, 2 outs. Just missed.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
The next offering misses. Ball 3.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
And that'll load the bases.
Up next for Atlanta, the designated hitter, Mike Yastrzemski.
Now it's the DH, Mike Yastrzemski. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
And that's in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches down an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle, hope he gets a mistake.
Swing, and he popped it up. And that is that. It's the Braves 8 and the Angels 2. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. So in now for the Angels, Oswald Peraza.
Hey!
In the air, right field. White on his way over. And there's one down.
Up next for the Angels,
Here's the second baseman, Jorge Soler.
Soler.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. 2 balls, no strikes. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment.
Ball 2.
Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. The Angels with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. That one misses, and now it's 3-2. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
For the Angels, third baseman, Jamer.
Man at first with 1 gone. And here is Jamer Candelario.
Ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. And it's a called strike after the review. So they've still got both their challenges.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Next one misses. Ball 1. just missed. Rolled to short, possible 2-ball. Mateo tossed to second, double play, and that'll do it for the inning. This one pretty well decided at this point. Ninth inning coming up. It's the Braves 8 and the Angels 2. All set to start the ninth in this one. Now in for the Braves, Michael Harris the second. In the air, right field. And there's one away.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball. Just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Ozzie Albies next up for the Braves.
No, that's down.
The 1-0.
That's ball 2.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike one.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
In for a strike. Now it's 3-2. Albies not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. Still one challenge left for them. And a payoff pitch. Ripped to third and caught.
Up next for Atlanta, left fielder Mauricio Dubon.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Mauricio Dubon.
Hey!
And the 0-1. In the air to left center. And that's the third out. It's the Braves 8 and the Angels 2.
Now pitching for
Back
Atlanta,
now as they
number
hand the ball to a
49,
fresh arm to start
Aaron
the bottom
Bummer.
of the ninth. Aaron Bummer.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while, coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested, but we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
Now batting
And
Joe
leading
Adele.
off for the LO.